Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Try to put me down on the ground, but I hate it, be jealous, cause I'm the right in their minds. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go crying. In their minds, come on at me, boy, there's a fight. In their minds.
Magmula po rito sa Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, we welcome you to the final match day of the 2024 Philippines Football League season. Taguig FC going up against Tuloy FC as we start this final triple header in this season for the PFL. Magandang hapon po sa kanilang lahat. Levi Verora on the call. And ito po ang ating match slate for this day. Taguig muna going up against Tuloy FC. Mamaya ang Philippine Army FC trying to go for an 11th place finish against Don Bosco Garelli United. And finally, Davao Aguilas UMAC FC. Solid season for them. Will try to wrap up at number 4 against the Air Force. And dumako muna tayo, of course, sa ating match at hand. It is Taguig FC and Tuloy FC. Taguig can finish as high as 5th as we take a look at the league table right here. Taguig right now sitting at number 6 with 28 points. A win here against Tuloy will give them that 5th place finish as of the moment. And then depending, of course, on the result of Davao Aguilas, well, nevertheless, solid campaign for them. At sila rin ang nagbigay ng kumbaga blemish dito for Kaya, our league winners. For the second time in a row, sila yung kaisa-isahang draw doon against Kaya. And let's take a look at some of the recent matches here for Taguig. It is 3-0 against... well, he did have a draw against United City. And then against Manila Digger, it was 3-0. And there on the bottom of your screen, 17-0 against Don Bosco Garelli United, the largest margin of victory this season. Top scorers, of course, Tsukasa Shimomura is the marked man here with 20 goals across his name. Dumami yung kanyang conversions after that match against Garelli. And if anything, that consolation para sa kanya, as we are going to turn it over first to the field as we are just about ready to get underway with our official march in for the players.
We've all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Taguig FC and Tuloy FC.
And there you have it, the traditional handshake here for the players from our two sides. Taguig FC, sila po yung mga nakaputi. And on the other hand, Tuloy FC in blue. Moments away from kick-off. And let's just continue with our discussion here. Of course, sa panig naman ng Tuloy FC, they have 3 wins, only 9 points for them so far. A lot of close defeats for Tuloy FC, 19 lang, minus 19 ang kanilang differential dito, goal differential. And there are the players of Tuloy FC on your screens. And ito naman ang mga player ng Taguig again. And player number 77 on the right-hand side of your screens, katabi lang ni Quincy Camerat. Ayan, si Tsukasa Shimomura, who has 20 goals across his name. And if it's a consolation for him, pwede niyang habulin si Harvey Gayoso, who has 23 conversions. And Misag Bahadoran joining the picture, although he is not part of the starting 11. Well, this is the final match for them. And some, just a photo opportunity here. Just souvenirs here for the entire club of Taguig. Pagdating naman sa Tuloy FC, of course, the leading goal scorer is John Lloyd Halike, player number 17. He has 9 across his name. And bahagi ng mga panalo rito ng Tuloy FC was against Loyola FC. That was easily one of their, or their most impressive victory at that, 6-2 against Loyola FC. As we take a look at our match officials, pangunahan tayo ni Ginoong Chris Melcayabyab to be assisted by Hussein Magusara and Ismael Pasion. The fourth official is Meliton Pilayo. They are going to be assessed by Mr. Christian Dale Soriano, and the match commissioner is Richard Ganaban. We're just less than 2 minutes away from kick-off. dito po sa ating laban. And, needless to say, solid campaign for Taguig as we take a look at the starters. Familiar names here. And nabanggit nga natin, Shimomura, who has 20 goals, has an opportunity na dagdagan pa yung kanyang season total, joined by Andres Aldeguer up in front. Familiar names in the middle and the back. Sa panig naman ng Tuloy FC, they still have their usual suspects here, and as we take a look at the previous results once more, Loyola FC tinalo nila 6-2. Solid effort from the youngsters here of Tuloy, one of the consistent grassroots programs in football as far as the men's side is concerned. And these are the names to look out for. Pinaka-pamilyar dyan, syempre, is Haron de Gracia as well as Cyron Saut. Wala si Cyril ngayon, so it's just going to be one Saut. And John Lloyd Halike, of course, wearing the captain's armband. Sa kabila naman, it's Nano Amita as we are seconds away from kickoff. And here we go. Go signal has been given by our official. And we are off. Once again, Taguig FC going up against Tuloy. Tuloy in blue, playing from right to left in your screens. And on the other hand, Taguig FC, sila po yung mga nakaputi. Solid campaign for this expansion club, to say the least. We'll be discussing more about that as we go along with this match. First touch for Mahmoud Ali, part of the back four here, along with Jahan Bakst, Bihi Taher. Taguig playing a bit of 4-4-2 here as far as, of course, Aldeguer and Shimomura are just staying up in front for the potential attack. More compact sa kabilang banda ang Tuloy FC as they try to, of course, prevent the damage as the flag was up on that initial try. Andres Aldeguer, as we have someone down already, just 2 minutes into the contest. Let's take a look at this play first. Now flag, obviously up. But you love the intent here for Taguig. And balikan lang natin as that is, of course, John Araki Grizola, one of the defenders here for Tuloy. Good to see him back up on his feet. This is going to be lots of pressure for Tuloy to build from the back. It is compact there in the midfield. Lots of pressure from Taguig as Tuloy. It's going to be a challenge for them to get it across. But right now it's with Amita in the middle. Sends it to the right. And on the connection, Shimomura trying to target Aldeguer. Take a look at that. Turn by Amita, and then Shimomura 1-on-1. Nasa pagitan lang ng keeper at ni Aldeguer. Pero makukuha ulit ng Taguig ang bola. And now they send it to Hiraishi. Lots of space on the right flank. And now Taguig will take their time. Punta muna sila sa kabila on the left-hand side it is. Bit of hesitation there. Changing direction. And here's a lob, but it's straight into the midst of Michael Antilo Jr. as he just gathers that ball. Tough opening minutes here for Tuloy FC, who again has 3 victories throughout the campaign so far. Would want to just give a great showing here against a more competitive team in Taguig. Right now they have an opening. It is Lupango. And here's a shot that makes Quincy commit. And it just goes wide. Great opening chance there for Justin Lupango. Let's take a look at that once more. Virtually unmarked there, and Quincy, of course, having to commit. Hindi nagkaintindihan rin yung dalawang defender doon ng Taguig as to sino ba ang magmamarka doon. Great try there for Tuloy. An encouraging start for them. That was their first offensive sequence. They fight for the possession. It ends up with Galantes for a moment. The ball just sails out. It's a good look at Mita for a moment. Formerly of Kaya, won the championship back in 2023 with the mighty Kaya. Now part of One Taguig. And gaya ng nabanggit natin, it goes without saying, a great opening campaign here for One Taguig as an expansion club. This season, of course, is a transition season. Through ball intended for Shimomura. Lots of blue shirts getting along the way. And now back with Taguig. Great timing here. Aldeguer deep into the box, cuts it back. And 3 blue shirts immediately converging on that ball to prevent further trouble. And finally, Justin to collect. But again, the challenge here for Tuloy is kung paano nila itatawid ang bola from the back and then to the middle. And possibly create some offensive sequences here. They go direct. Pero nauna na makahabol doon si Zabihi Taher. Gives it for Camerad and now back to him. Player number 4. Couple of passes here for One Taguig to get it to the middle. Andun sila sa kaliwa ngayon. 7 minutes have gone by in the contest. A shot earlier from Tuloy, but possession so far in control ang One Taguig. Amita able to recover. Halike, the captain, sends a long one once more. And this time it's a foot race on the right side. It's been recovered by Tuloy. Tuloy FC naman, now taking their time here. On the edge of the box. And now they lob it in. It was Zabihi Taher who got that ball controlled, and now a chance for One Taguig to go on a transition. Shimomura goes to his left. Oh, terrific pass on the 1-2. Will it be a conversion? Not quite. And on the rebound, still nothing there. But a great sequence there for One Taguig FC. Putting the pressure on their counterparts. Ganda ng connection doon between Shimomura and Eric Galantes. Just the nifty passing, threading that needle between 2 defenders initially. And then Galantes binalik dito kay Shimomura. Michael Antilo Jr. being forced to commit, of course. As Camerad collects on the other end. Now, Tuloy FC, of course, they've had slim defeats here against some of the other middle-tier teams of the competition. We might sound like a broken record here, but definitely a learning experience for them as far as this campaign is concerned. 14 matches against different clubs, each giving them different looks. Mahmoud Ali with the cutback and the shot by Shimomura, but a tough angle for them. There was Ali, and it somehow ends up with Shimomura. And however, on that left-footed volley, just went out. Magsasampung minuto na tayo rito in the first half. Taguig and Tuloy. The first of 3 matches in the final match day of the Philippines Football League 2024 season. As Camerad once again gathers. And a great play as well by Zabihi Taher. Just making his presence felt para hindi makuha ng Tuloy ang bola. Well, do stick around because later on we have Philippine Army going up against Don Bosco Gareli United. And mamaya pang gabi, it's going to be Davao Aguilas UMAC going up against the Philippine Air Force. Lupango able to disrupt on that play. But Mahmoud Ali will send it back in. Using the chest to control for now. Aldeguer back to Ali. Bothered by 4 blue shirts that time. Oh, interesting choice. Passing it back to Antilo. Could have been a problem. And now lots of pressure here. At ayun na nga, nakuha ng Taguig ang bola. They will operate from the right. Ibabalik muna, Ali. Lobs it into the middle. A bit low on the delivery. Solo effort for Tuloy. Hindi na makukuha ni John Levis Sahor ang bola. Now they go over the line. Naoto. Hiraishi. Going to the ground. Pero nando ng depensa ng Tuloy. De Gracia. To the captain, Halike. And now Siron Saot. Couple of passes here for Tuloy to get it in front. This is starting to look promising. They're unable to connect. Pagdating doon sa attacking third. Good connection established doon sa midfield. Yun nga lang, no follow-up, and that was Denmark. Urakoy, number 14, kani-kanina lang on your screens. Now, Taguig FC currently number 6 with 28 points. A chance to add on to their total here and make it 31 para maging number 5 sila on the league table. Amita, Ali, they form their triangle, and now Naoto fakes the pass to Ali and sends it to the back. Deliberate approach here for Taguig. Hindi nagmamadali, just looking for the most ideal scenario in this case. But it looks like they ran out of space that time. Joshua Dutosme. 14 minutes into this one. Coming to you live here inside the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. Final match day of the season. A bit of miscommunication there between Halike and Urakoy once more. Andun yung intent but unable to execute. Pero it's good to see Tuloy na paunti-unti they are getting that ball doon sa kanilang unahan. Try to turn them into chances. Ali to the edge. Naoto back to Ali. Begandom being joined by, of course, another foreigner in Jahan Box. Oh, great through ball. Could be a chance here. Here's the cutback. And goal number 1 for Taguig FC on the assist. And goal number 21 for that man, Tsukasa Shimomura. And much to the delight of some of the fans here inside the RMS. The resistance has been broken here in the 15th minute, and that's also going to send these players into a hydration break. But in the meantime, let's take a look at this Joshua Dutosme. And an easy header for Tsukasa Shimomura in the 15th minute. As it is now 1-0 for Taguig FC. Well, it all started from that through ball. And then, of course, ang ganda ng timing ng takbo doon ni Dutosme, who, of course, gave up that eventual assist for Tsukasa, who has scored goal number 21. Dalawa na lang at tabla na sila ni Harvey Gayoso with 23. Oh, who knows if he scores 4 in this match. Magandang consolation para sa kanya to be the #1 goal scorer of the tournament, of the season. As right now we have a hydration break here, as of course called by our referee. Glad to have you join us at the comfort of your own spaces and devices. But right now it is scorching hot in Manila, 33 degrees Celsius. And these players have been warming up since about 2 o'clock, which is, of course, the hottest time of the day. So it's only warranted that we get into this hydration break for a moment. Now we are slowly easing back. Players on the field. 1-0 for Taguig FC. Great sequence to get us started here. And for Tuloy FC, again, lots of close defeats for them. Against Philippine Air Force, they lost only 2-1. And then also against Maharlika Taguig and the Manila Diggers FC, 3-2 losses. Parehas ng scoreline yon. Those are the matches that, you know, they could have earned points. As we saw a foul there. And they will restart the play with Amita targeting itong si Matthew Custodio. Left to right, back to left, Amita. Looked like a pass to Tsukasa, pero napalakas. Parang tira na rin, and Antilo Jr. is able to collect. Tuloy FC trying to release right away. However, always present was Begandom. They will involve Kamerad. And it's just this relaxed approach here for Taguig. As they went over the line once more, targeting Naoto. Able to bother were the defenders of Taguig. De Gracia. And now they send it over to Justin Lupango. Numbers here for Tuloy. They go to the middle. Here's the captain, Halike. Ibabalik dito kay Lupango. Well, they go into the box. But Kamerad will be the only person to be able to get a touch. Matatawagan ang offside kung tinanggap ng mga player ng Tuloy yun. Just a matter of timing here. Now Kamerad sends a long ball to the middle. Aldeguer was able to get a touch. One Taguig again going back to their sets. Just the patience here from the men in white. Naoto, ibabalik kay Ali. And now the through ball intended for Shimomura, but goes straight to the midst of Michael Antilo Jr. Now if this trend of course keeps up, mapapagod rin itong depensa ng Tuloy, as One Taguig, they're just moving that ball from one area of the field to the other. Great strategy for One Taguig FC. There's also a test for the young men of Tuloy, kung gaano silang kakondisyon. You kind of get that idea what One Taguig is doing right here, especially now that they have a 1-0 cushion. Naoto. And that's goal number 2. Excellent lob once more. And another header for One FC, and the celebration in the 21st. That was Jahan Bak's Zabihi Taher, who of course is one of the tallest players as well. Let's see that once more. Hiraishi sends it to the box, and that diving header for Zabihi Taher. With force. One more time. A perfect placement on that lob. Ganda ng assist na ginawa doon ni Naoto Hiraishi. One Taguig FC, they doubled their lead. 2-0 now. With Zabihi Taher scoring in the 21st. A bigger gap here for One Taguig. A chance there for Tuloy, but the ball is above the bar. Siron Saot. Nangalahati na tayo into the first half. And One Taguig definitely in control as we speak. Another through ball, napalakas lang. The proper intent going to Shimomura. And you also like how fluid One Taguig is. As far as the offense is, Naoto able to dispossess. And I would say 1-2 game here in the box. Clearance for Tuloy. Saot able to recover for his teammates, but being bothered. And this could transition into a counter now. Lupango, play continues. Refs play advantage here in the shot. Camerad was there, committing for the second instance in this first half. There was the advantage. Great judgment on the part of our referee. And the shot from distance from the captain, John Lloyd Halike, did have the power, but Quincy Camerad was present. Amita, ibabalik muna rito ay Zabihi Taher, one of the 2 goal scorers now. Now, some of the players here who are not in uniform for One Taguig, just in case some of our viewers are looking for them. We have Eli Usman, Stefan Schrock, Yannick Tuason, Patrick Grog, and Kevin Ingreso all not suited up, as this is now deep into the box. The cutback intended for Amita. Mawawala, and now tatakbo ulit ang Tuloy. They have some numbers here. On the back heel for the captain, Halike, and that one deflected by Ali. That will delay this offensive just a little bit. And now the lob inside. Well, too much mustard on that one from Ariel Fabillar. Man on your screens. 25 minutes into this one. Now, to their credit, Tuloy FC, coach Tomo Suzuki, were able to bring that ball forward. Aldeguer, blindsided, good approach from the defender. Grizola. And masyadong una si Sahor. Amita brings this one forward. Leave it for Camerad instead, who is outside of the box. Taguig taking their time. They have doubled the lead. More comfortable 2-0 cushion here. Inside. And they will concede a corner. Haren de Gracia was able to attend to that ball. Yun nga lang, nakaharap siya dun sa kabilang direksyon. It's going to be only the first corner set piece, I believe, for Taguig FC. This will allow them to run their formation from this particular side of the field. Nano Amita looks like he will be designated to deliver this. Had a brief talk with Eric Galantes. And now the go signal. Well, not enough height on that delivery from Amita. It will be recovered, though, by Taguig. And they will reset this offensive sequence. 27 minutes now into the first half. Amita once more, changing direction. Gives it inside the box. Lots of white shirts there. The shot, and Aldeguer, it took a bounce. It's going to be another corner kick for Taguig. Doon naman sa kanan for the gentleman in white. Taguig, sila yung nakaputi. Tuloy FC in blue. Well, this time it's Eric Galantes who will deliver this one. Looks like an in-swinger from one of the former youth national team players. And that is goal number 3. Make that a brace for Zabi Taher of another set piece. This time they convert. And would you believe it, it's the first time that they actually used their boot to score. Let's take a look at this. There it is. Jahan Baksh Zabi Taher rising to the occasion and then times it perfectly to make it back-to-back conversions. And it is now 3-0 for Taguig. Mahmoud Ali, meanwhile, taken down. John Lloyd Halike wearing the captain's armband for Tuloy. But if you're Tuloy, obviously, it feels demoralizing at the moment. But you have to keep on playing the match. We still have more than an hour left of football time for this contest. Nearing the half-hour mark. Ali in a foot race, but will lose it to De Gracia. Taguig able to recover. Here's the flick inside. Chukasa thought about it. Gives it and a wide. It goes wide for Begandom this time. All sorts of pressure here coming from Taguig. Tuloy FC will have to release. They managed to get it to the middle, but Amita was there to bother, wins it back for Taguig. Pero masyadong nagmadali ang Taguig doon. So Aldeguer right in front. Mahmoud Ali delaying the play here for Tuloy. Just communicating here. Tuloy FC. And we are now into the half-hour mark of this contest, which gives us the chance to remind everyone that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League 2024 season. Looks like we have another hydration break here. Three to nothing now for Taguig FC. Glad to have you join us on our broadcast presentation, all brought to us by Matchday Media. First goal scored by Tsukasa Shimomura in the 15th minute. It was a header. The assist from Joshua Dutosme. Let's take a look at that. This was in the 15th minute. The lob, the pass, and then Shimomura with goal number 21 of the season. Dalawa na lang. Tatabla na siya kay Harvey Gayoso. This was the second goal. Just 6 minutes afterwards, that diving header coming from Jahan Bax. Zabihi Taher, the assist from Naoto Hiraishi. And then on the corner set piece, goal number 3. That man once again making it a brace. Zabihi Taher rising, just getting rid of the defense of Halike. And then perfect timing for a close range volley. And it is now 3-0 for Taguig FC. Great passing there for Tuloy. That's what you want to see from these young gentlemen. Yun nga lang unable to control. On the fourth pass was Sahor. And now weaving past the defense is Zabihi Taher. Ang dami niyang iniwan doon. And Shimomura. Looked like a foul to give from Grisola. At the very least, makaka-recover ang Tuloy. Nakababa agad yung depensa ng Tuloy. That was a good foul to give coming from Sahor. Makaka-counter attack na sana yung Taguig doon. Instead, they give it to the back. Ali. And the flag is up. It will stay with Taguig. Nabanggit natin kanina, Taguig, the only club this season who was able to, give it to Kaya FC Iloilo, just bring the challenge to them. That was a 0-0 scoreline. Taguig and Kaya FC. Yun lang ang Taguig lang hindi natalo ng Kaya rito. They settled for a draw. As this is a free kick deflected by Antilo and the whistle is blown. So regardless, it will go back to Tuloy. Napuruhan lang dito si Michael Antilo Jr. And the concerned look from his teammates as well as Zabihi Taher. You appreciate the sportsmanship. Let's take a look at what happened here. So here was the set piece. They went straight to the box, of course. Mukhang nasiko ni Zabihi Taher. Hindi naman sadya. Of course, he was focused on the ball. And that is why referee Chris Melcayabyab, of course, blew his whistle. But that was great delivery as well from Eric Galantes. And now we resume action here. Antilo just pinagpag lang sandali. He's now back up on his feet. Tuloy FC once more going to the seams. They're able to get it across. That's what you like to see in more volume. Capistrano. But just as we say that, Tuloy unable to take care of possession. And that's another aspect of the match that they will have to do better. 35 minutes in. And now to the middle. Kaso dalawa sila roon, Amita and Shimomura. Hindi nagkabigayan ng pwesto. A bit of numbers here for Tuloy, but a great decision as well for Taguig. Ibinigay na lang kay Quincy Camerad. Flag is up. Offside call there, even as Antilo went outside of the box. It is not going to be a legal play after. Let's see this play. Ayun, lampas si Eric Galantes. That was a good foot ahead of the last defender. And that is, of course, the offside rule in football. Testy moment right there as Hiraishi was able to find Shimomura. Napakabilis rito para sa Taguig, and sometimes Tuloy FC unable to react immediately. Matthew Custodio. Ubelo ng konti, gives it into the box. And may konting tuko doon coming from Shimomura. Whistle blown once more. But at the very least, you like what Taguig is doing. Just constant pressure here for Tuloy. And their defense every time they have the ball. 37 minutes now. Just 8 more minutes here in the first half plus added. Taguig able to control this first half, and they've done so in a patient way. Hindi nagmamadali, hindi pinipilit yung mga pagkakataon. And now a chance for Tuloy. That one takes a deflection, as that's going to be their first corner of the match. Good effort there from Tuloy, wasting no time. And so John Lloyd Halike, the captain, they take it quickly, they take it short. Once more going to the edge of the box. And now outside, the lob. Hindi lang napino yung pasa na yun from Rocky Grizola. Too much power on that one, and also the side spin, papalayo doon sa far post. Quincy Camerad sends a long one. Intended for Aldeguer, but Tuloy able to recover and win this possession back. Pero umaangat ang Taguig, and just like that, maagawan sila ng bola once more. Galantes leaves it for their top goal scorer. The defense doing just enough there. Gian Capistrano bothering itong si Tsukasa Shimomura, and he does apologize. One of the rare times na nakita natin medyo nataranta itong si Shimomura. Great presence of mind from Gian Capistrano. As the time continues to run in the first half, Antilo is outside of the area, but an errant pass just ends up with Naoto somehow, and now he has lots of space. Ali They will swing it to the middle once more. Begandom leaves it for Hiraishi and the cutback. Oh, a deflection there from the defender. Desperate defending for Tuloy prevents goal number 4 easily. Could have been goal number 4. Mag-commit na doon yung keeper. Well, good thing the defense was there. Nevertheless, Taguig will recycle. And again, that came from the errant pass from Antilo, who was outside of the area. Tuloy FC very tentative here in the last 2 minutes. Hamita trying to thread that needle. But it goes once more to the hands of Antilo, and now they will have to really just bring this forward against this pressure, this white storm that is Taguig. And look at Chukasa just trying to win it back. Ran out of real estate doon sa dulo. But you love the effort here. Again, Taguig just consistently applying pressure here to Tuloy. Hindi na nila pinapatawid ng gitna. And now an opening here for Tuloy. And that's how you want to execute it. But perhaps not the best of decisions there for Justin Lupango. He does apologize to his teammates. This is brewing to be another sequence for Taguig here. No pressure whatsoever for the men in white. Up 3-0. Toshimomura once more. Dalawang naka-asul agad yung nakaabang. One back by Amita. And an intended 1-2. But Amita collides with the defender. No call. That was Ariel Fabillar. Good intention on the part of Amita after sending that ball to Shimomura. Kaso pagtakbo niya, unable to recognize Fabillar. And another ball, one back here by Taguig. Now lots of space here. And Shimomura deflected by Antilo. A great save from that man. As that was another lapse on the defense. Amita gives it for Shimomura. Unmarked. Late recovery by Fabillar, and that was all on Michael Antilo Jr. saving the day. At least for that defensive breakdown again. But obviously on his deflection, the ball went out into another corner for Taguig. Nagsisimula ng makarami. And it is Eric Galantes this time to deliver. He has already made 1 assist from a corner set piece on the outswinger. And that one just slapped away by Antilo on the rebound, the second ball. Mahmoud Ali, masyadong mataas at malakas. Taguig FC able to settle into this match early on, first couple of minutes. And you got that feel it was only a matter of time before breaking resistance here. Naoto trying to connect once more. And the shot, it throws in, it trickles in. Conversion number 4, Eric Galantes this time. As he is treated like royalty here by his teammates after that conversion from outside of the box. Let's take a look at this. Naoto, there was the clearance, pero andun si Galantes and unmarked. Goal number 4 for the white shirts. Powerful strike to say the least. Again, ito yung pasa, able to deflect was Tuloy, Pero napaswerte pa ang One Taguig. Napunta kay Eric Galantes, who does his part as he makes it 4-0 for Taguig. A dominant first half now for the expansion club here. And Quincy Camarad, a bit fancy there. Talagang ginamit pa yung kanyang dibdib. And now, able to grab onto that. About 30 more seconds and then we'll get confirmation kung ilan ang idadagdag rito before we arrive with the conclusion of the first half. Weaving past the defense, good showcase of skill, and that is goal number 5. Andres Aldeguer that time. Tuloy FC starting to collapse here. We're just about to say that this match was just starting to become more wide open here for One Taguig as we see 4 minutes of added time, but Andres Aldeguer makes it 5-0. Hiraishi just toying with the defense. And then Andres Aldeguer from close range. Placement na lang ang gagawin talaga doon ni Aldeguer. And also great timing there. Kasi kung binigay kay Eric yun, it could have been offside. Great decision making on the part of Naoto Hiraishi, and then Andres Aldeguer rewarded for his timing. At napapansin na nga rin natin na One Taguig, of course, just more space to operate doon sa kanilang mga pwesto. It's been a lopsided match so far. It's not to say that Tuloy didn't have their opportunities doon sa kanilang attacking half. But it is now 5-0 for Taguig. Naoto. Just a superior display of skill here for Naoto. You know, dancing, being creative here. Extra flair to this match for One Taguig. And if you're Tuloy FC, of course, you do want to match the intensity and the level of your opponents. That's been the ongoing challenge here for them throughout the course of this season. They've had competitive matches, losses na isa lang yung goal difference. Another rare chance here. Controlled by Lopango. Ibibigay muna doon sa kaliwa. This is Iron South. And now here's the lob. Controlled. But it is going to be ball back for Taguig. Whistle blown by our referee. Flag was up. Custodio able to keep it alive. One of the two fullbacks along with Mahmoud Ali, but really if Taguig is in front, nakakabalik rin naman agad yung mga back four nila. Flag was up. Pretty obvious call to make. Andres Aldeguer way ahead of the pack. Just have about 1 more minute here before the conclusion of the first half, which has been all One Taguig. A brace from Jahan Paksh, Zabihi Taher, and 3 more goals from 3 more different goal scorers. Nine points for Tuloy FC, 3 wins. Final match of the season, final match day for the Philippines Football League 2024 season. We'll be talking a lot more about, of course, the season that has been and what's about to come in the second half. And also, we have two more matches after this. Army and Gareli, to be followed by the final match, Davao Aguilas Yumak and the Philippine Air Force. That is the halftime whistle, folks, and it is a 5-0 cushion here to be brought by Taguig into their locker rooms as the first 45 minutes of this contest has come to a close. And once again, Eric Galantes had a conversion, also had an assist. Andres Aldeguer also adding. Siya yung pinaka-latest na goal. And then, of course, Tsukasa Shimomura had one. Zabihi Taher had a brace in the span of 7 minutes. Total control here for One Taguig, and we'll send you over to this break. Don't go away, because after this, it's going to be the second half, and a lot more is the Philippines Football League 2024.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game. Follow this trail, boys. Let your opponents and teammates remember your name. Let play a role in the future of football.
With Kelme, leave your mark.
Rizal Memorial, as we are of course in the middle of this onslaught. Taguig FC with a 5-0 cushion so far against Tuloy FC in their final match of the Philippines Football League 2024 season. 4 different goal scores. Let's just take a look at some of the highlights here throughout the first half. Right from the beginning, Taguig had that mindset, that mission to really put on pressure for Tuloy FC, their opponents. And of course, there were just several instances here where Taguig was able to create opportunities for themselves. Easily, this could have been more than 5 goals, but had it not been for the effort of the defense and the keeper. But that was goal number 1. A through ball there to set up Joshua Dutosme, who gave up this assist for goal number 21 for Tsukasa Shimomura. That was just the first of 5 goals. This was the second goal, a downward header here from the rushing Jahan Box Zabihi Taher, this time from Naoto Hiraishi, and no defense whatsoever here. And the celebration also here for some of the players of Taguig, quite creative there. It wasn't to say that in spite of the scoreline, Tuloy was able to get some chances up front, but that was goal number 3. Still didn't stop Zabi Taher from recording a second goal here. Perfect timing on the volley from close range. And then lots of space that time from Shimomura, but they were unable to really convert. This time, Eric Galantes after the assist for Zabi Taher's second goal. Siya naman ang nagdesisyon to convert on his own on a broken play. Just scoring from outside of the box, and then this crafty move from Hiraishi leads to goal number 5, Andres Aldeguer, making it 5 goals for Taguig in, of course, 45 minutes. We are moments away from the start of the second half, and do grab a burger if you want to enjoy this broadcast presentation. Of course, part of our broadcast is brought to you by 8 Cuts Burgers. Have a lot of changes, it seems, for Taguig. Nakapansin-pansin rito, una, yung kanilang keeper, Quincy Camerad, is going to go down, of course, for Lance Bencho. And we also have Misag Bahadoran. We see Misag Bahadoran, the very recognizable Mr. Misag. Now part of the action as well. It wasn't so long ago when Misag recorded his first ever domestic level goal in the Philippines Football League. Would you believe that? Only the first for Misag. That certainly was a cause for celebration. Now we are underway. Second half action here between Taguig and Tuloy FC. Now Taguig playing from right to left on your screens. Tuloy naman yung mga nakakulay asul, nakakulay bughaw. Being playing from left to right. Si Hiraishi ang pinalitan dito ni Misag. Bahadoran, of course, listed as a forward. It kind of changes the complexion of this match. And again, the challenge here for Tuloy has always been kung paano nila itatawid yung bola. We resume the action here. First few minutes of the second half. The pass back here. And there is just little to no room for error as far as Tuloy is concerned. Muntik na mawala sa kanila. Able to recover momentarily, and now it's with Taguig once more. Bahadoran, that's his first touch, but a bit of a miscommunication there. But Amita was able to track it back down. Ibibigay muna kay Lance Bencho. Just to get him involved with his first contact with the ball for this match. 47 minutes now. And again, one of the sub-storylines here is, aside from going up to number 5 if you're Taguig, itong si Tsukasa Shimomura rin is just 2 goals away from actually tying Harvey Gayoso with 23 goals throughout the season. Here's the attack, but the shot is wide for Zabihi Taher. And although Shimomura is 2 goals away from Gayoso, it is Zabihi Taher who is the leading goal scorer right now. Let's take a look at that once more. Amita leaves it for Zabihi Taher. Good timing, they stayed onside, but the difficult angle. Had to cut it thin. Galantes, Aldiguer, able to recover from that strong first touch. Milad, Pegandom, into lots of space for Bahadoran. He surveys the field. But again, another errant pass from Misag. And for Tuloy, this is what they have been doing, just forming those triangles. Have to release quickly against this pressure from Taguig. De Gracia unable to send it to the intended target. Tumatakbo si Halike, trying to salvage this possession, but to no avail. Going to be a goal kick here for Lance Bencho. Pinagpahinga na si Quincy Camerad ni Coach Giovanni Villagracia. Camerad, of course, also formerly of Kaya. Also saw action for the youth national team. As the ball sails out, Dutosme. Brings it forward to Galantes. And Galantes earns a corner for Taguig. Great decision on the part of itong si Dutosme as well. They were able to cover a lot of ground. Nano Amita will be the one to sling this one into that area. Oh, with some backspin. Yun nga lang, masyadong malapit doon sa poste. And able to collect was Antilo. But again, lots of pressure here for Taguig. And muntika na ang makanakaw ng isa si Milad Begandom. Again, off an error from Tuloy. They have that habit to really send it back, and muntika na roon. It was just a few inches above the bar for Milad Begandom. And give credit, of course, to Juan Taguig, yung ginagawa nila. That's been very disruptive here for Tuloy. And they win the ball back each time. Hindi na binibigyan ng pagkakataon itong Tuloy. Amita able to escape 1 and now 2. Kaso doon sa pangatlo, De Gracia is able to provide token resistance. Here's Amita changing direction. Dalawang naiwan agad doon, but good recovery for De Gracia. However, they concede a corner. Nakakarami na rito ang Taguig. 52nd minute. Better height that time around. But the ball ricochets off a defender coming from a header from Shimomura. And now Juan Taguig decides to... check that. They're still continuing with this press. Now, for a moment, we thought na medyo bababa na sila defensively. But really, that's just also the respect for the match and the respect for the opponent. It's trying to push them to become better, which has been, of course, the mindset as well for Tuloy. Just immersing themselves against top-notch competition here, going up against 14 other clubs. That's the exposure they need to get to the next level. Tuloy FC, of course, managing to win 3. And then 10 losses. Hindi rin naman kalakihan yung goal differential nila, just minus 19. So they only give up an average of less than 2 goals. Yung lamang sa Nano Amita, again, being crafty with that ball. Talagang pinapakitaan yung mga mas bata sa kanya, and he was able to fish for a foul. See that once more. Being held down by James Demate. Now, this is a bit far for Matthew Custodio, but definitely they will pick the ideal target. 54 minutes. Just the final second adjustments here. There's the go signal, Custodio. Oh, with lots of power. And it goes above the bar and out. Looks like he had a bit of a side bet there with one of the substitutes. Pansin natin, nakangiti siya bago niya kinuha yung set piece na yon. Talking to someone from the Juan Taguig side. Well, they can afford to just enjoy this match now that they have established this 5-0 cushion. Quite insurmountable now. As far as Tuloy is concerned, they have to take it possession per possession. Galantes changes direction. Galantes able to evade the defense of Fabillar. Still in play. Galantes against 2. Cuts it back. Aldeguer has space, and Aldeguer shoots it wide. Great setup from Galantes. Just the finish there for Aldeguer. Konting pectus na lang sana. I'll see this one more time. Good cut back to set up Aldeguer, who was definitely 100% unmarked. Just the finish there for Aldeguer. Just could have rounded that shot a little better with some English. Yung tinatawag na pectus in our local language. Could have been 6-0 there for Taguig. Nano and Dutosme teaming up to win that ball back. Pero mawawala Demate. Could be a transition here for Tuloy. Will this materialize into something? Demate again. But Matthew Custodio was able to handle. They send it forward to Bahadoran. Not enough numbers here for Taguig. Only 3 up front. The ball will stay with them. This will also give them the time to move forward, especially those from the midfield. Aldeguer is taken down, was almost taken down. Kaso laking tao nito ni Aldeguer. But John Rocky Grizola definitely had contact with his taller counterpart. And so this evolves into this set piece for Taguig. A bit closer. Kumpara doon sa spot kanina ni Matthew Custodio. From the right side of things now for Taguig as we approach the 57th minute of this contest. Quite low on the delivery, but Begandom was there. Begandom threads that needle. Goal number 6 for Taguig. What a play. The 2 center backs. And the celebration, of course, for Zabi Taher, who now has 3 goals in this contest. He completes the hat trick. And the setup made by his fellow center back. Yung dalawang center back ang nag-team up doon. Jahan Bak, Zabihi Taher, and Bilad Begandom. And there was the setup. Begandom able to recover. Medyo mababa yung bigay initially, but it didn't really matter there. Oh, Zabihi Taher actually got the first touch. Gave it back for Begandom, who of course set it for Zabi Taher. And trying to, of course, leap over the flag, but needs more vertical for Zabi Taher. But nevertheless, his goal-scoring capabilities will not be questioned. 3 goals now for Zabi Taher, as it is now 6-0 for Taguig. A hat-trick here for their defender. And 3 of those goals, of course, coming from set pieces. Doon sa kanilang unahan. Always there at the right place at the right time. Zabi Taher. Great moment for him. Now, Taguig FC again in a good position to finish 5th. One of the expansion clubs of the PFL. Aldeguer against 2, against 3. Is almost able to turn pero na out of balance na. And Taguig is just really having fun right now. They have all the right to do so. Up 6 goals to none. Tuloy FC trying to make it more respectable. Trying to pull off something offensively. Ali stops the sequence. Bahadoran. They try to thread the needle. And good recognition from Antilo. But that was equally great effort from Nano. Good timing from Aldeguer and Dano trying to connect. Play continues here. Galantes. They get it forward. Clearance made to Tosme. And Gracia able to bother. Custodio directing. Pubelo Bahagyari ito will send this straight into the box. Intended for Aldeguer, the downward header. Oh, takes a bounce. It's still in play. On the rebound. Almost. For Shimomura, as we are now into the 1 hour mark of the contest, gives us the chance to remind everyone that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League 2024 season. And Andres Aldeguer, hurt from that play. And that is the father of Andres Aldeguer on your screens right now. Naturally a concerned look. Let's take a look at how this play unfolded. The throw in from Custodio, and it was just a bad landing from Aldeguer. Downward header. And then Shimomura, of course, trying to get one in from the second ball. And there you have it. Ang tatay ni Andres Aldeguer. But now, of course, Andres is able to get back up on his feet. We're also in the middle of a hydration break as well. It's been hot and humid here in Manila this Sunday afternoon. As we always say, even if it's rainy season, doesn't mean it's going to be a downpour 24/7. There are days where it's still hot, especially here in the city. And we still have 2 more matches in store for you as we conclude the final match day of the 2024 season. Philippine Army going up against Don Bosco Gareli United maya-maya, and then maya-maya pang gabi, Davao Aguilas Yumac against Philippine Air Force. Now, mabalik lang tayo again. Taguig FC, one of the expansion squads here in the PFL. And this is one of the positive things that we saw in the league. As we see Bencho gather that ball. No, kung ano man yung direksyon na tatahakin, of course, ng ating top-tier domestic men's football league here in the Philippines. It's great to have more clubs, of course, making up the competition. And Taguig, of course, being based from the LGU of Taguig itself, making a good case to be one of the contenders in the seasons to come. As this is another ball inside the box, but taken care of by Tuloy. Wala na po tayong kalahating oras rito. About 27 more minutes. It's turned into a wide open affair here as far as Taguig, and Tuloy looks like a handball from Zabihi Taher. The only blemish sa kanyang hat-trick performance for this afternoon. Take a look at this once more. Oh, definitely the forearm of Zabihi Taher, even as na out of balance na sa pagkakataon na yun si Urakoy. So this is a great chance now for Tuloy na malapit-lapit, just a few meters outside of the box, and you can see Taguig just already forming that wall para magulo yung line of sight. And then Ano Amita, also some veteran moves here. The tactics here to just get into the head. Tinatrabaho talaga nila yung kanilang mga kalaban na di hamak na mas bata sa kanila. And that's the nature of the sport. Tuloy wanting to take it to the next level. Eh, hindi naman sila dapat magpadala sa mga mind games ng kanilang mga kalaban. It is a 5-man wall here for one Taguig. Able to get it past that, but it goes out, obviously. Way above and out. Para rito kay Siron South. One of the rare moments that Tuloy had a chance dun sa kanilang attacking third. It's been all one Taguig as far as possessions are concerned. A huge percentage ng possessions belonging, of course, to the gentleman in white. Pencho gives up that long ball, but it's received by Tuloy. Transitioning once more into a counter. But able to track it down, Zabihi Tahir. It's always been like that for Tuloy. One and done yung kanilang mga possession control rito. Hindi na napoprotektahan yung bola. Hindi nagtatagal sa kanila. As this is looming to be another sequence. Napalakas yung pasa. Oh, the sequence is not done yet. Amita. Eric Galantes cuts it right back. Oh, great save. But on the second ball, saved once more. Michael Antilo Jr. will not be denied. Another breakdown there on the part of the defense. Amita chooses left for Galantes with a beautiful setup to Shimomura, and then given another chance but denied again by Antilo. Hindi pa madagdagan yung total ni Shimomura. Nevertheless, this is going to be a corner kick for one Taguig. Still at 21 goals. Again, yun na lang yung consolation dito para kay Shimomura. He has 21. Gayoso has 23. And just a personal footnote, kumbaga, to finish the season strong. Counter-attack time here for Tuloy, but they don't have the numbers. And Ali takes care of business. No support there for Tuloy, just two men in blue. Bahadoran. Aldiguer trying to get fancy with a back heel. Able to recover somehow. Aldiguer pa rin. Against two. Bahadoran. Intended 1-2 for Aldiguer. But good thing there was a foul. And second time Aldiguer goes down. In a span of a few minutes. Aldiguer giving it back for Bahadoran muna, and then ayun, napatid lang ng depensa. He was of course ultimately focused on that ball kung saan ilalagay ni Bahadoran for the build-up. And so another set piece here for Taguig from this area. Matatandaan natin, dyan naka-score si Zabihi Tahir, yung kanyang huling goal. So we have some changes here before we give the authority to Amita to take that free kick. Brian Sidney ang nakikita natin dito, as well as Joseph Gungab. Ang papalitan nila.
Substitution for Tuloy FC. Player number 15, Gian Capistrano.
That is Gian Capistrano. And we also have a change coming for one Taguig. Justin Lupango ang pinalitan rito. Brian Sidney and Joseph Gungab ang pumasok, and we also have George Baker. Oh, looks like it's going to be Aldiguer. That's a great decision on the part of the staff. Of course, don't want any more untoward things happening here to Aldiguer. It's a finished season here. Only the second or the third change here for one Taguig. George Baker replacing itong si Andres Aldeguer, and now we resume the action with this set piece. Amita into the busy area. Shimomura. Looks like they were unable to establish contact with the ball. Shimomura and Zabihi Taher close to that ball, but no solid hit. Better execution on the part of Tuloy as they move this ball forward. Fabillar into the middle. Great passing for Tuloy. Transition, Bahadoran taking his time. And now changing speed. Bahadoran against 2. Bahadoran. Oh, it just bounces off the crossbar. Tough angle for Misag. And the ball is still in play. They lob it inside once more. Galantes naman. And able to recover was Antilo. Not enough power on the part of Galantes. Back and forth we go here. 71st minute. Demate tracks that ball down. Bibigay muna kay Gungab na kakapasok lang. Demate trying to go 1-2 with his teammate. Will leave it for Fabillar instead. And now Grizola. Nasusubukan yung poise rito ng Tuloy, as that is an obvious offside call. Just a matter of timing there. Pero nagugustuhan natin on the part of Tuloy. Medyo nagtatagal na yung bola sa kanilang panig. Just have to protect that ball. And it's those passing sequences for Tuloy really that they have to perfect and execute on a more consistent basis here. Nakikita natin there have been positive stretches here for Tuloy. Just have to do that more often. Meanwhile, Taguig back in control doon sa kanilang unahan. This one a setup and it's wide for Shimomura. And it's gotta be a little frustrating here for Tsukasa Shimomura, of course. If he is, of course, actively or consciously chasing that record. Or just tying itong si Harvey Gayoso. 73 minutes now. About 17 more minutes plus added in a match that has been controlled by Taguig from the very beginning. And for Tuloy again, building blocks here. Each match, the experience, the exposure against, of course, definitely against the upper echelon squads. Galantes now on the run. Turns up the heat. Galantes inside the box. Galantes closer, but it's grabbed by Antilo. That shot took too long for Galantes. Ang hirap na rin pag masyado ng malalim doon sa 6-yard box. Numinipis yung itsura ng goal, ng angulo. But this is a repossession here. Pero mawawala for Baker. Kakapasok lang to ni George Baker a few minutes ago, and that is obviously an offside call. You love the intent here on the part of Tuloy. Ito yung tira ni Galantes kanina. Actually, too thick of a cut. Marami pa palang espasyo doon. I believe he was trying to give it to either Shimomura or Begandom. Approaching the 75th minute of the match. Now it is Taguig building from the back. And maybe trying to show their counterparts how it's done. Ali to Baker. And it looks like Tuloy is resorting into to a high back line here, trying to bait one Taguig for an offside. Di agad sila bumababa rito. They're not setting the defense kaagad. Going to be a bit of a challenge here for Taguig to try and maneuver past that. Dutosme trying to give it up to Zabihi Tahir. Too much strength on the pass. Oh, excellent through ball. It stays onside. Will this be something for Tuloy? Oh, not quite. Zabihi Tahir was right there, but good intent. John Levi Sahor. Just couldn't maneuver past the defense of Zabihi Tahir. That was another encouraging possession for Tuloy. Saut. Bola mawawala, and now Custodio and Ali. Mahmoud Ali is tracking it back down. Lance Bencho has not yet been called to commit here for a legitimate save or effort, as Dutosme giving Bencho the look. Masyadong napalakas yung siparo ni Bencho. Sent it out. Here's the shot. Siren South again from distance, but not enough to really cause any problem for one Taguig. As the scoreline is being preserved right now, still 6-0 here. It's a shutout. Mahmoud Ali. 77 minutes. The clock continues to tick here. Ball sent forward into lots of space. Shimomura unable to chase that ball. Now after this, folks, it's going to be Philippine Army FC squaring off against Don Bosco Garelli United. Army trying to finish number 11 out of 15. Garelli United, of course, unfortunately, as we have Misag Bahadoran right now on the left, trying to be fancy with the ball. The shot, oh, it's just wide. Bounces off the near post. Showtime mode in si Misag Bahadoran. Changing direction, and then, of course, the shot. It bounces off the near post. And then the last match of this evening and of the season is going to be Davao Aguilas UMAC and the Philippine Air Force. What a run it has been for Davao Aguilas as well. And perhaps the highlight of this season for them is that win against Stallion. Really dashing the hopes of Stallion as well. Stallion naman, tinalo yung Cebu. And that also caused really that changes to the title race. Eventually, Kaya FC Iloilo, of course, winning the title as early as last week. And they wound up with a 40-point campaign out of the possible 42. Dynamic Herb, Cebu, tinalo nila yung Mendiola kahapon, 5-1. 36 points for them. And it's getting closer and closer for Cebu. They've had some matches that could have swung in their favor. And it could have been a different title holder. Well, same case for Stallion and Davao Aguilas, of course, as we resume the action here after another hydration break. Aguilas, hopefully they get their license also so that they can compete internationally. Of course, if they get a better finish. Meanwhile, Dutosme. That one intended for Baker pero hindi na umabot. As Grizola was able to get into the path of that ball. 80 minutes now. 10 more to go. Tuloy FC Into the box. For a moment, had some promise, James Demate. And the ball is still in play. That one deflected by Bencho. John Lloyd Halike, the captain, trying to inject life into Tuloy. As we have a couple of substitutions. Once more, the captain, Halike. Yun nga lang, masyado na ring malalim yung pwesto roon.
Substitution for one Taguig. Player number 77, Tsukasa Shimomura.
And now it's going to be the season for Tsukasa Shimomura. Papalitan na siya rito ni Izo El Habib. Another foreigner, of course, a fixture in the Philippine club football scene. So Tsukasa Shimomura, who scored in the 15th minute, will finish his season for one Taguig with 21 goals. And Mahmoud Ali, of course, terrific job from the right back position. Pinalitan na rito ni Nicolas Ferrer Jr. We resume play here with Tuloy. That one takes a bounce. Saut had a couple of shots from distance. Unable to control that ball. Nawala lang sa kanya. And that was again an interesting spell for Tuloy. Nagawa nilang mailagay yung bola to that attacking third and create some chances. El Habib in a foot race here with De Gracia. And De Gracia, obviously the younger of the two. Gungab. Demate. And now they go over the line. Halike able to keep it in play. Into the box. Great sequence once more. Just those passes to get the ball across. Tuloy taking it short on the corner. Joshua Dutosmed does the rest and ends that possession abruptly for Tuloy as we have some changes para naman dito sa panig ng Tuloy. Looks like that's it for Michael Antilo Jr. Great effort for this keeper. And Archie Pabillar is going to be in.
Player number 22.
That's the change in between the sticks. And then John Razel Aguila. Siya naman ang papasok dito para naman kay Ariel Fabillar, who is a defender. Two more changes for Tuloy. And again, a season to look back at for Tuloy. Had some close defeats. Could have, earned points from those. It all goes up from here para sa Tuloy FC. These players will naturally mature more physically, mentally as they age. And hopefully, if they stay together, if they manage to, maintain this core of players, then it's going to be an interesting next season for them. Of course, this 2024 season is a transition season for the league. Bahadoran wins it back. It's Bahadoran and El Habib. But he couldn't get that as he was way ahead of the pack. Good thinking there for El Habib. And Bahadoran, quite confused at first kung bakit hindi na kinuha ni El Habib. Pero masyado siyang nakaabante kumpara sa depensa. And now another chance for Bahadoran, and it's poked away by Archie Pabillar, yung bagong pasok na keeper. It's still in play. Here's the lob. Lots of white shirts. Halos nagkaagawan na roon. And now Begandom. Another save for Pabillar. Oh, and the finger wag as well. They continue to pile up pressure here, and finally, it's been collected by that man on your screens, Archie Pavillar. Back-to-back saves for the second choice keeper here, who has replaced Michael Antilo Jr., who has, of course, also done his part. Another chance here for Tuloy. The shot! Oh, it's in! It's in! Denmark Orakoy on the 86th. And that will spoil the clean sheet here, or the scoreline for Taguig, but nevertheless, it's going to be a footnote. But that's what you like about Tuloy, just staying in this match, changing direction against George Baker, and then the shot. Nilagay niya yon doon sa right bottom corner. Let's take a look at that once more. Great shot by Denmark Orakoy. It's a welcome consolation here for Tuloy FC. Ang ganda ng effort nila dito sa second half. Kanina pa natin binabanggit, no? Mas marami silang oras na nasa kanila yung bola, nasa kanilang panig, and they were doing something with that ball. They weren't just stationary. And finally, for Tuloy, and as you see, just a burst of newfound energy agad rito for Tuloy. Suddenly pressing itong Taguig FC. And that's what you love about these young gentlemen right here. They will never give up on their long-term goal. This match is just one of the 14 they played, and it will just be one season of many more. Bahadoran. Taguig, of course, gustong makabawi rito. Baker in a foot race with De Gracia. And great effort on the part of Baker, winning that corner para sa kanyang kapanan. Pinatalbog na lang dito para sa papunta kay De Gracia. Textbook sequence there on the part of Baker. And that's how you earn almost a free corner for your team. As we are deep into the second half, the late stages of this match, 88 minutes have gone by. If there is one department na nadomina ng Taguig, it's these corner kicks. At naka-score sila ng isa dyan, courtesy also of that man delivering the assist, Eric Galantes, kanina to Zabihi Taher rather. Referee just taking care of that 6-yard box. Last second reminders to the players. Oh, they take it short. Nano. Babalik kay Galantes. Now here's the delivery. Good spin on that one. Oh, great play. But it was just wide for Izo El Habib. Well, Zabihi Taher already had a shot there. But the unselfishness of this guy. Ito yung bigay ni Galantes. Zabihi Taher. Could have been a downward header already. Doon pa lang kay Taher, but Izo El Habib, lots of room, wide open, but unable to get it into the goal. Bahadoran wins another chance for Taguig. Saot clears. Pegandom. Baker. And the defense now establishing for Tuloy. 6-1 is the score. So we are moments away from stoppage time. That one collected by Bencho. Now as it stands, Taguig, of course, will move up to 5th place. Solid campaign in their initial run as, of course, Taguig FC, the expansion, an expansion club here we can definitely expect this club to be present in the next seasons of the PFL. And a competitive showing already, finishing 5th, just behind, of course, the big four, so to speak, the big four clubs. It's a four-way race mostly. Baker, Zabihi Taher, not really the strongest of touches. As we have 5 more minutes to be played here, 5 minutes of added time before the official stoppage of play here in the second half. Bahadoran, the volley from distance. That is captured by Pabellar. The more clubs we have, of course, the more teams in the top tier club competition here in the country, the better. The more competitive it will be. And nakita naman natin, for several weeks, it was a four-way race mostly. Kaya, Cebu, Stallion, and Davao. And yung mga laro na lang din nila against each other, yun na rin yung halos nagdesisyon ng kanilang final standing dito sa ating liga. One Taguig, of course. Give them credit as well as this shot will just sail out. Much better showing for Tuloy here in the second half, that's to say the least. It was 5-0 after the break. And then a goal each for One Taguig and Tuloy. So you can say this 45 minutes, tumabla ka against One Taguig. Isa rin sa mga more competitive contests here for Tuloy, if I'm not mistaken, is against United City. They lost that match, but it was only 1-0. United City beating Tuloy FC, pero ang score doon 1-0 lang, just one goal during that match. So that's another note here or bullet point for Tuloy to build onto as they enter the off-season. About 3 more minutes of play here. Now again, after this match, it's going to be Philippine Army FC going up against Don Bosco Gareli United. And then maya-maya pa, mamayang gabi, it's going to be Davao Aguilas UMAC FC with their final match of the season against Philippine Air Force FC. Someone's down here for Tuloy. Hindi agad tinawag ng referee natin. They were playing advantage. But that's the captain, John Lloyd Halike. 2 more minutes left. Tingnan natin kung ano nangyari rito. It was Nano, Amita. A bit physical there against Halike. But good judgment again from Crismel Cayabyab, our referee. Advantage muna because there was a play developing here. Now Tuloy gets it back. Halike on the right. Changes direction. Halike, here's the cutback. Trying to connect with the goal scorer, Denmark Oracoy. Denmark Oracoy, of course, scoring in the 86th minute. A welcome consolation here for Tuloy FC. And otherwise, what has been a total shutout here on the part of Taguig FC. One Taguig. Baker. And this will just be captured by Archie Pabellar. Plus points rin dito para kay Archie Pabellar not conceding a goal. in the time that he's inside the pitch. Galantes against 2, pero mawawala ang bola. And this is one thing we saw from Tuloy towards the end of this match. Oh, and an error. However, an error from De Gracia. Running out of space and basically gifting a corner for Taguig yet again. But it's pretty obvious the defense has been a lot better for Tuloy. The decision making has been a lot better in the second half, and also offensively, how they were managed to they were able to string together passes to turn it into something. It did result into 1 goal. This could be the final possession of the match. Bahador on the in-swinger, and again El Habib. It's just not there for El Habib as this contest has officially reached its end. 6-1 is the final. One Taguig FC, a relatively cruise control victory here against Tuloy FC. And our moment player of the match, powered by 8 Cuts Burgers, none other than Jahan Baksh Zabihi Taher, who had a hat-trick in this match, one in the 21st, another in the 28th, and the 3rd goal coming in the 57th. 2 goals in the span of 7 minutes in the first half, and then the 3rd goal coming in the second half. And yung lahat ng tatlong goal niya developed from a set piece. And as we also conclude with our coverage here sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Matchday Media, who of course had been responsible for delivering the matches with you right from the very start, the 2024 Philippines Football League season. Papasalamat kami sa lahat ng bumubuo sa Matchday Media. Kabilang na dyan sina Rimel John, Miles Estrera, Jason Maestre, FJ Bautista, James Baldoviso, Renzi Medina at Luis Manabat. Siyempre ang ating direktor, ang kapita-pitala na si Derek Coyo Panco. And on behalf of the entire broadcast crew here, this has been Levi Virora on the call saying wherever you are, wherever you're from, we'll see you next season. We'll see you at the games.
down on the ground, but I hate it being jealous, cause I'm the right in their mind. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go crying. In their minds, come on at me, boy, there's a fight. In their